weeks ago, the balance of the GRC was turned upside down and shaken about as the Celtic Dragons did what no one's done all season and handed the Jaguares their first and only loss of the regular season. As fate has it, the two teams will meet again here in semi-final number one. It's the Jaguares back at home and back in action. The minor premiers looking to do what they couldn't do in the regular season, and that is take out the Dragons. They could only do it once, but it could be the end of their season. One of these two sides will go home and just leave three teams in action. Today, the Jaguares meet the Dragons again. Hello everyone and welcome along back to your home of rugby and the Global Rugby Challenge semi-final number one. We've got just 4 teams left, and this is the big one. Jaguares, the only AI team to make the playoffs, and they take on the only team that has defeated them this season. How has this happened that things in this series just always work in the most amazing of ways? The Jaguares come into this matchup, of course, finishing first in the regular season. They had the weekend off in the quarterfinals, the preliminary playoffs, and now they're back. But what a team to come up against. It is just incredible how this season has worked out. What have they done all season? They've beaten everyone. We've gone over that already. And then, of course, they lost 20 points to 10 to these Dragons. Their team going into this is again unchanged. Santiago Bota, Augustine Clevey, and it will be on the tight head side, Santiago Medrano. In the second row, Guido Petty and Tomas Lavanini. Legu Simon, Matera and Decio are the back row. Sebastian Cancelliere will be the third choice, but still starting at scrum half. It'll be Jacqueline Diaz-Bonicia at 10, De La Fuente and Orlando in the midfield. Emiliano Boffelli on the left wing, Matthias Moroni on the right, and of course Jacqueline Tucalet will be lining up at fullback yet again for the Jaguares. It's amazing, a whole season of work, and it comes down to this. Win, you go on to the biggest show, the ultimate showdown, the grand final, but lose, and your season comes to a close. After being so dominant for so long, they might not even make the final against this bogey team that they've just established. And that bogey team is the Celtic Dragons. It is an absolute pleasure that they've come this far and made it to this showdown like this. A couple of weeks ago, we would have said no one will beat the Jaguares. They're shoo-ins for the final. This team right here, this 15 that is once again unchanged, has made us believe otherwise. And that fateful night in round 13, that is when these 15 men and the other subscriber sides believed that they could still become champions. It'll come down to the Dragons or maybe someone else to do it if they can't do it tonight. The Jaguares still have to win the final as well should they make it there. But for the Dragons, their team, as I said, unchanged as well. Regan Hall, Daniel Jenkins and Butts Cooketta Daniel will be the front row. Adam Minnitt-Jones and Craig Anderson in the middle of the pack. Caleb Cook, Milton Simiu and Christian Tornatore will complete the forwards. Into the back line, amazing form of Payman Silva once again starts a scrum half, and Will Rogers will be alongside him in the number 10 jumper. Steve Tekos captaining from 12, and Oscar Conley running big time at 13. Callum Ewing on the left wing, Ivan Minnitt-Jones on the right, and Ian Ferguson once again lines up at fullback. They've kept things consistent. They've played a lot of games and a lot of tough games as well. Remember, they took out the Guardians of the Crib in the quarterfinals just a matter of days ago. Now they back it up. Big games in consecutive days here for the Dragons. How do they do it? I don't know, but do they have one or two big shows left in these dancing pants of theirs? We find out tonight in the pouring rain as well, no less. That is just another factor, along with the hostile crowd they'll have to deal with. The Jaguares at home, everything on the line. Let's get down to the action, shall we? Semi-final, number one, Jaguares, Dragons, it is on. And as the two teams set up for the kickoff, you can see the weather conditions. It is absolutely pelting down here. And the Jaguares, there in the orange, they kick off. The Dragons in the white. We are underway. Semi-final number one. 4 will become 3. And one team will have a place in the final. It is the Dragons with early possession. And Ivan Minnitt-Jones, who comes out wide, skips out of one tackle, takes on a second. Great use of the powerful legs there, and it is eventually turned over from Benicia. A little bit of excitement early, and the crowd listen to them roar as it's a kick back from the Dragons. Callum Ewing calms things down. I think we should calm down ourselves. This is a huge match. The last AI side versus the Dragons, a form team, I think, of our subscriber sides heading into the semi-finals. Kicked away from Ewing, up towards halfway, just over in fact, and it's kicked back straight away. Cancelliere, a clear target and a clear plan in mind. Has hit us nicely over the head of Ewing, and wobbling its way into touch. Probably about 10 out from the line of the Dragons. A nice early chance here for the Jaguares to attack with their defence if they can. It's a line out to Daniel Jenkins. 5-man option. They go to the back and Anderson's lost out. Big turnover there from Lamanini. And here come the Jaguares. Inside ball from Matera. And he finds a hard runner on the inside of Guido Petty. Benicia waits. Looks to his left side. Gets a nice run from De La Fuente. Offload as well. Brilliant fall from Desio and a chance. He can't get away. Punta. Turnover from Ferguson. Massive play. And a saving of 7 points surely from the Dragons. Jaguares counter-attack back. Kick from Tukulet. Ferguson's got it. Ferguson runs. He's got Conley and Ewing there. Ewing kicks over the head of the fullback Tukulet. The chase is on. De La Fuente leads the running in the pouring rain. Great chase, Ewing. And we've got 5 metre line to 5 metre line. Jaguares on the back foot now. Buffelli way off his mark, but it's a good pass away to Baroni. He goes back inside the hard run from Orlando. He's got support there, Lamanini. Limor, Guido, Penny, and there's Madano. Up over halfway, they'll chase him down. Where's his orange jumpers? They're nowhere. Over the top goes Anderson. He turns it over, and now it's back the other way. The Dragons through Ewing. Here's a big high kick. Anderson leads the charge, but it'll beat them all into touch. Take a breath, everyone. This is going a full distance. What a game we've got on our hands. Both sides showing absolute disregard to everything we know about rugby. Showing the kitchen sink, the kitchen bench, the living room, everything at each other. Here's Benicia running at the line. De La Fuente takes the on, and it's Guido Petty. That charge is hard at the defensive line. De La Fuente waits again. This time it's a short side, and it's a charge from the captain and fantastic man, Augustine Cleaving. Wide from Orlando, and in the middle of the park again. A big charge from Legusamon. He breaks out the 22. Ferguson, he beats him. Break dummy there from Legusamon. The chase, a bit of charge. Just enough to get him. And Ferguson over the top. Hacks it at the touch, but I think that was down the 22. Disappointment on the face of Ferguson. It's a try saver. My goodness me, Juan Manuel Legusamon was flying. And it took the winger of Ivan Jones to drag him down in the 22. Here's the take nicely from Guido Petty. Well, they go deep to Tukulet, running it from fullback. He's taken a shot at goal. Drop goal on the angle, 30 metres out. Jacqueline Tukulet says thanks for coming. We'll take 3 and we'll take the lead as well. The importance of this fixture is not lost on Jacqueline Tukulet. He had time, he had space, and he deceived the defence from coming from deep. And that gave him the time he needed to line it up on the left boot and hammer it over. 3-0 Jaguares. Well, that could have a big telling tale come full time. We are underway again though, and this time it's Benicia. Couple of passes in, kicks down the throat of Ferguson. Connolly, big high tackle there on Connolly. And Pablo Matera escaping sanction from the referee on that occasion. It's the first one we've seen tonight. Ill discipline now from the Jaguares as they look to assert the dominance physically over the Celtic Dragons. With our rivalries coming to the fore now. These two teams do not want to lose after the history of this season. Here's Jenkins to throw. 25 out from the Jaguares line is Craig Anderson, who drags it down. A good line outtake. Buzzcook into Daniel. Looks a little short side play. Ewing does nicely as well. Jenkins involved once more. Caleb Cook rumbling through the middle. A big turn over there for the Jaguares. It needs to run away from the Guzman once more. Inside pass. Clear numbers there for them as well. As they keep the ball alive, we get another face and a turnover. Anderson. Minute Jones inside now. Tackled. Keeping it alive, and Ewing gets it again. How do you keep up with this play? It is frantic rugby at the moment. Daniel slows things down with a bit of a pick and a go, and he goes backwards a couple of metres. It's there for Regan Hall. He goes back, and Anderson wide, and another high tackle. Wow, this should slow the game down nicely. Yellow card dished out. Jaguares lose a man. Oh, that could be a massive, massive turning point in this match. Emiliano Buffelli goes to the bin and a chance for 3. Turned down. Turned down by Tegogs. What will that say about this match? Will we come back later? Or will we look back on this as a turning point in the match? Jenkins to throw. They've got to score now. They lose possession. Lavanini turns it over. And the Jaguares all running out through Cleavy. Back to the 22. Chance lost. Chance blown instantly. There goes half-time already. What a matchup this has been. It's fielded nicely from Matera. And eventually Cancelliere will hammer this into touch. A good kick. Good touch finder. But ultimately it sends the two teams for half-time. Wow. That is 150% action rugby. Let's have a quick look at stats. 3-0 to score. Jaguares lead the Dragons 60-40 and 40-60. Possession and territory. Dragons with possession. Jaguares with territory. The difference, a drop goal. And of course that yellow card right at the end. The Jaguares are the better of the two sides. You've got to say 5 line breaks to 2. That is the telling tale. But sadly for them, they've not made a count on the scoreboard. And we know the Dragons can strike from anywhere. Both these teams ready for the second half. Let's get into it. Take a deep breath, everyone. Wow, we are ready for more. Taken down from the Jaguares. Cancelliere, free sway Buffelli. He's back on the field. Emiliano Buffelli supports on his outside from Benicia. Benicia to the 22. They go out wide. Tessio running to the line. Can he get there? Ferguson's across. No. Beautiful comeback. Try time, Jaguares. It's there for Matthias Moroni. Oh, that is massive. A huge try. 8-0. Jaguares lead, kick to come. Benicia keeps it alive. This replay, how they did it. Tessio, brilliant work. He took out Ferguson and De La Fuente. So calm, so collected. Found a brilliant ball to Moroni. And the Jaguares have scored a breathtaking try. But the defence from the Dragons was almost equally as impressive. The cutback play, De La Fuente to Moroni, was the killer. But how they got across, they cut off Benicia, they cut off the run from Tessio. This is breathtaking rugby. Here is Benicia. Easy kick in the pouring rain. And it is 10 points to 0. Wow, this is a contrast to the game we just witnessed in quarterfinals between the Dragons and the Guardians. It was free-flowing, it was open scoring. This one's an arm wrestle. It's different conditions, it's a different team. Can the Dragons adjust in time? They've got 35 minutes to do it. It's a deep kick down to Medrano. And he secures possession. Cancelliere slips it back in field. It's nicely with the forwards. Eventually Guido Penny takes it to ground. Here's a pick and go from Lavanini. Just about gets away. Chance for a turnover there for the Dragons, but he just can't secure it. Here's Legusamon. Back to Benicia. Kicks away from Ferguson, who rumbles across nicely to secure the ball. He turns and he kicks. Open field there. Closed down nicely eventually from Lavanini again. Here's Tessio. Oh, big tackle there on Moroni coming across the left side. Cancelliere up in the line is to Collette. He's been impactful when he's chosen to come in. Connolly steps one, gives to Hall, nice ball away, and it's a runaway, and a minute Jones, they won't catch him over 20, he's in, oh massive try, what a counter-attack from the kick, the Dragons are in the game, man they're in the game, and a minute Jones scores. We've been talking up what Eifen's done on the right wing. This time it's Adam. Short ball from Regan Hall. The show of acceleration. The big chase coming in from Moroni. He burnt up the field, but it wasn't enough to catch Minute Jones, who only had a 30-metre or so. Now give him a bit of credit. That's 45. He got the head start, and away he went. Moroni was right there, though. Look at the game. But the second rower, Adam Minute Jones, ignites this match, lights it up for the visitors, for their fans in the crowd. The hopes, the dreams are still alive. Plenty of time as well, 26 minutes or so, as Will Rogers nails the conversion from the left side. Boy, he's come on strong in this late period of the season. Made that 10 jumper his own. Performances like these, you just can't change a winning side. Here's Jaguares, Bonisha. Gets us underway again, a short kick. 25 to play, it's taken down nicely from Caleb Cook. Payman Silver, boy, he's been a huge part of this team as well. Here's a little pick and go, over the advantage line. Simiyu, Anderson, here's a bit of interest as well. As Oscar Connolly gets over halfway, he's going to lose that surely. Unbelievably he does it. Simiyu with another go, and Will Rogers, down the left-hand wing, meets up against Tukuled, who takes to the ground on a penalty as well. Oh, that is rapid. And that is a big play from the Jaguares fullback, up and over the ball like an absolute savage. Grabbed the penalty, referee obliging. And another twist. Says advantage. Jaguares as they kick deep towards the 22. How many more twists will we see? It's 10-7. Another try really would put the results beyond doubt for the Jaguares in these moments. Oh, it's stolen by the try scorer! And a minute Jones does it, and Anderson's in support. They recycle, it's not done yet. Here's Tornatore, changes directions, and Ewing, down the left wing, Callum Ewing up to halfway. Samiyu's there, they secure the ball. Silva opens it up. It's Tekox back to Anderson, and here's Will Rogers, forward pass, finding Regan Hall. And that little bit of momentum shift, that little bit of aggression from the Dragons. You can see the desperation now in this Dragons team. The tempo's lift, the pace and the ability is lifted as well. They look for that little bit extra now. They're getting to that stage of the game. They need something more. Can they find it though? That is the question. That is the grand final question as well. Remember what is at stake here. A place in the ultimate showdown. Cancelliere has it at the feet of Decio. Goes to Bonisha, takes on the line, but Tekox wraps him up in a good tackle around the ball. Slow coming back here for Cancelliere. He waits for it. He goes along, he's knocked it on! He has knocked it on! And it's been picked up from Daniel. Buzzkill get it, Daniel secures possession. Connolly, big ball out wide. Here's Ivan Jones looking to replicate what Adam could do earlier, but he has lost the ball. One-on-one tackle for Emiliano Boffelli. He is no slouch when it comes to strength over the breakdown. The referee calls back, no advantage. We'll have a scrum to the Dragons. Hold on to your seats, folks, there in the final 10 minutes of this one. To be fair, the final 8 minutes, Payman Silver feeds. Christian Tornatore should secure this at the back. He does. Silver goes to Rogers. Width out to Minute Jones again, back inside. A nice ball to Tornatore. He's running free now. He's got it up to Tekox. Tekox back to Minute Jones. Takes out last defender. Finds Payman Silver. And Payman Silver will score. Dragons lead for the first time tonight. And they could be leading their way into the grand final. What a turnaround. No one beats the Jaguares all season. Then the slip-up, now the confidence for the Dragons. They lead, and they could bring it all the way home. Payman Silver, he has been so massive for this Dragons team. And he comes up trumps yet again when they need it the most. Tekox and Ivan Jones, sensational down the right-hand edge, taking out defenders, keeping the ball alive. And finding the free man who was very speedy himself, Payman Silver, to dot down on the right wing. Now here is Will Rogers. An important kick, and he makes it pay as well. They need a try now, the Jaguares, and they've got just a couple of minutes to do it in as well. 14-10, a penalty, a drop goal, neither will do it. 3.5 to play. 14-10 the score. The Dragons leave it late, but they may have done it just in the nick of time. Bonisha goes short. Cook secures. It's a bit of a tussle here. The Jaguares though. Oh, big dedication to the breakdown. They turn it over. Cancelliere. Here's De La Fuente. They look to the left-hand side. Matera gets on the outside of him, but Valley gets away from his man as well. Miller Jones comes back hard though. And Ian Ferguson there as well. There goes time. last play, last chance. De La Fuente, 10 metres out the Jaguares. Could they be heartbreakers? Could they go to the final? Will this be their moment? Charging the line on the angle. Brilliant line as well. Oh, he's in touch. Maroney's in touch. It'll be the Dragons. The Dragons do it. They've done it twice. They upset the best team in the competition twice in a row. And they booked their place in the grand final of the GRC. Absolute scenes from the visitors. They've upset the minor premiers. 12 weeks undefeated, and then the Dragons come to the party and shut it down. 14-10, 2 tries to 1. Maroney for the Jaguares. Benicia with the conversion and took a let the drop goal as well. Minute Jones for the Dragons. That's Adam, the second rower. And of course, Payman Silver. Well, he did pay off, didn't he? Right at the end, what a try. Converted as well from Will Rogers, both of them. Take a breath. That game was at a frantic rate. I've never seen rugby played at such a high pace before. Semi-final 1 has gone down as an absolute stunner between the Jaguares and the Dragons. Take a breath. Let's have a look at some stats. How has this game gone down? Possession and territory, you can't break them. They're too even. Handling errors are close as well. Both sides kicked 13 times. Line breaks was 7x. Tackles, 39 apiece. The difference? Well, Tekogs, Minute Jones, both of them, and Payman Silver. Wow, we are going to need a rest after this one. What a cracker of a game. Settle in, everyone. The Dragons have made the grand final. Let's take a look at how those fixtures stand now after that just brilliant semi-final. So we are updated. I'm out of breath. I am stunned. I am shocked. We have seen probably now 4 or 5 games played at more of a higher quality than you will ever see in your life any other time in the world. Just outstanding, brilliant, classy rugby from mainly the Celtic Dragons. Now look at their form. Heading into this, that game against the Jaguares in round 13 was a season changer, a season definer. 20 points to 10 over the Jaguares back in round 13. Then they had to defeat the Guardians, 21-14, such a different game. They cruised, they fell asleep, they almost choked, but they did enough. And now, they come to the semi-finals and they win 14-10 after trailing 10-0. Oh my goodness me, just phenomenal. They are in the grand final. Book them in, they're done. Jaguares are gone. It'll be the Dragons versus either the Toa or the Flakers. And I can't wait for either of these 2 matches. Toa back in action. We haven't seen them for ages. Finally, they are back. But are they good enough to beat the Flakers? Season 1 champions, multiple time finalists. But will they be good enough to beat the Toa? Second place finishers. And of course, remember, they have never made a final before. This is their first season. Of course, they've not made a final before the Toa. The Dragons have never made a final before either. They are in their debut final. Will it be 2 debutants in the grand final, Toa and Dragons, or will it be Flakers and Dragons? Make sure to tune in next episode. Oh, if these last few games are anything to go by, you will be entertained, no matter who you support. This is top class rugby. Now, when these 2 sides met before, what was the result? How good's memory? Let's take a look and I'll refresh what happened last time when the Toa met the Flakers. It was back in round number 11. The Toa were at home, as they will be this time as well in the next fixture. The scoreline, 17 to the Toa, 20 to the Flakers. Boy, if we get anything like that again, I don't know if my brain can handle it. That was just fantastic rugby that we saw today and in the past few fixtures. I think we are due another one as well. The Toa versus the Flakers. Geez, do not go anywhere. Bookmark it. It'll be a premiere. It'll be fantastic. It'll be a team naming. Just brace yourselves. It's going to be huge. And there it is. What a way to wrap up. 2 games to go. It'll be the Dragons versus the Toa or the Flakers. We've reached that point of the game, of the series, of the events, of everything. It all comes down to this. 3 teams left. One of them will be the Toa or the Flakers into that final 2. I can't believe how many times I've said it. I'm so happy for the Dragons fans and the Dragons players. Tough season last year, average one this year, a lot of draws, but they made it. They're in the final. And now, next episode, Toa and Flakers. That's going to be phenomenal as well. I'll see you for it, as I always do. Team naming 24 hours before, match up 24 hours after the team naming. It'll be a premiere. Make sure to bookmark it, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like it, and this one as well, because it was class. And I'll see you for semi-final number 2, the other place in the final up for grabs. Dragons versus who? Find out next episode. Until then, thanks for watching and take care.